Welcome to the channel. You smoking with the champion, aka the King in Black. Like, subscribe, receive. Let me start off by saying sexual assault is no joke. It's not something to play with, and anybody who goes through that, I hope that you get all the help you need. But my story is my story, and we tend to have a notion that women can't sexually assault a male, but I may just happen to be one of those people that can vouch on this. So this is early 2000, you know what I'm saying? I'm a young hothead, I'm drinking every day, I'm smoking every day, just being young and dumb. So I run into a couple of my partners, so I got a baby on the way, and they like, oh yeah, young as shit, you thinking that shit popping, that's not. So he like, yeah, we finna go and chill with Shirley crib. So I'm like, who's Shirley? He like, yeah, she stay up over in the main square. If you from Collinsville, it was a building downtown. It was a big block. It had a front entrance and a back entrance, and it was a big square with a big hole in the middle of the building for some weird ass reason. So he like, yeah, go on ahead, introduce yourself, because the liquor store is like right on the corner. Like literally, once you walk out the main square, it's like a little house, and then it's a liquor store. Weird. So I'm like, all right. So I go up the way. She comes out the door. Okay, first thing I notice is she's big. She like gotta be like 6'6", bro. Like big. Like, so I'm like, alright. I'm like, yeah, I'm being nice though. The homeboy say she good people, and we tend to go and trap out of people like her crib anyway. Back in the day, young hothead. So she like, yeah, come here and let you see the house. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I come in, I'm like, oh yeah. So I noticed, I smell some food. I'm like, oh, she got some macaroni. So I'm on some bully type shit. I'm like, yeah, can I get some of that macaroni? Yeah. So she like, oh, good. I think I made enough. So I'm like, okay. I'll go over there. I start scooping it into the bowl. I'm smelling, I'm typical. So I taste it. I'm like, oh, big black girl, good macaroni, right? So she getting to talking to me. I'm like, yeah. She like, so your name PZ? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I heard them talk about you, so I got a rule in my house. Whenever a man come here, he gotta give me a kiss and a hug. I'm eating the macaroni like, nah, I don't kiss. I go back to the macaroni. She like, oh, so you gonna disrespect my house like that and eat my food? I'm like, my bad. I don't do that kissy shit. So I go back to the macaroni, but then I'm noticing she getting closer because that shadow was getting bigger. I don't put anything on my children, but on my children, she gets in a full sumo stance and say, you gonna give me a kiss, and starts trying to cut me off like a lineman. There's nowhere to go. Her kitchen is only one way in, and there's this little window that you can see out into her living room, but that's it. So she getting closer, and I'm tripping like, oh, hey, what you doing? So I started trying to put the macaroni bowl down on the stove or whatever the little sink thing was, but I can't because I'm tripping off her, and it just hits the floor. So as fast as it hit the floor, she lunges at me. I jump through the window thing, tuck and roll, booking out the crib, bro. I run down the steps. I go outside. Like I said, the liquor store's on the corner. They coming back. I'm like, hey, bro, what the fuck is up with old girl? She just tried to rape me. And they like, oh, man, Shirley just like that, bro. Sometimes she be tripping. She just trying to see if you cool. I'm like, that's a hell of a way to see if somebody cool. Y'all laughing, hee-haw and this shit. That ain't no good way to see if a motherfucker cool. But wait. I go up. I'm still chilling with the niggas. I decide I ain't going back in the crib. I'm gonna stay out here chill with them, drink. I don't want none of that, because then she come out screaming, that nigga ain't shit. That nigga, I thought y'all said he was good. That's a bitch ass nigga right there. So I'm getting disrespected by this really big bitch, but I'm trying not to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be on some other shit. So I'm like, man, fuck this bitch. I'm chilling with the partners. Good. But what you didn't know, sometimes, man, when you wake up out the matrix, reality is stranger than fiction. You smoking with the champ, aka the King in Black. Like, subscribe, receive. Tell my haters, like, subscribe, receive.